What's up, y'all? Taylor Exchange here, coming at you with another live video. My name's Sean. I'm a part-time reseller in North Texas. I'm here to show you how I make money selling things online. In today's video, we have a few things we're going to go over. I made a list right here, and I'm going to read them off, and we're going to talk about them. If you guys feel like chatting, joining in, answer some of my questions. I have a lot of questions, and let me know how your week's been going, all that good stuff. So first, I'm going to share with you guys some of the items that I sourced. I'm also going to talk to you about answering some of the questions I get from some of my customers during the week and how I answer them if I decide to answer them. Next, about my thrift store, kind of like altering prices at the register. It was a little odd. It happened today. I'm going to see, like, should I be mad about that, or should I just kind of let it roll off because I've made tons of money from that thrift store? Also, the confusion. That's essentially just like, am I going to when it comes tax season because I haven't estimated payments? Okay, is the stream good? I think it's good. It seemed a little like shaky there for a minute. Also, I listed a lot more items this week than I typically do. Does that equal more sales, or is my pricing getting better and it's more on point with the market, causing sales to happen faster? And lastly, returns. You know, everyone hates returns, but I feel like talking about it because I watched a really good video this week about them. And yeah, get straight in. First up, this is a pair of Asics. Now, this is a men's running shoe. This is the Gel Kayanu 8. Really good condition. Red looks great. And yeah, actually, my reseller friend Kelly, he saw these in the thrift store and told me to grab them because he doesn't really do shoes. Yeah, definitely missed out. This is a really good shoe. I paid $5 for it. Well, $4.99, $5.40 after tax. And yeah, it's a size 12. The bigger the size when it comes to men's shoes, typically the better. You know, not like those giant sizes you'll see at Ross, like the 16s and stuff. Those are a little harder to move, but like 10, 11, 12, 13, it's going to be a good size. Just these maybe at $59.99 with free shipping, possibly a little higher because they are in such good shape. Good thrifting trip. I only picked up 4 items today. I'm getting pretty selective with what I pick up because I want to list it for like near the $30 mark for a minimum. I don't want to go lower than that unless it's like $1, you know, I'll go a little bit lower. And we also found some Merrell mocks. Really good condition here. You can see all the treads and all the marks. These are like the Gunsmoke color. So it has some of this going on in the back, like these fuzzies. If you guys get this kind of stuff, I mean, you can pick them off, which takes like ages, or you can just get one of these. This is like a little fabric shaver, and this pretty much knocks it out in a matter of like seconds. So really hard to like because it's just such fine cutting, but it takes care of those little fuzz pieces like really quickly. So only like a couple bucks at Walmart. Pretty good investment. I don't use it all the time, but whenever I do use it, it comes in handy a lot. Next, what did we find? So in the thumbnail, you saw like these Lincoln logs. Now, I went to a garage sale and I saw a big white tub, like not like a giant tub, but like a pretty big tub. And it had a bunch of these Lincoln logs in it. When I mean like a bunch, it was like to the top, like full of Lincoln logs. Now, I feel like Lincoln logs had a lot of value. I don't know much about them. I know there's different models and different like years of Lincoln logs. There's some differences in Lincoln logs. Now, this Lincoln log is like your traditional round Lincoln log. You know, it's really smooth. They lock in nice. Now, this one, I believe, is the K'NEX version. K'NEX. They bought Lincoln log out, I guess. And when you try to match these together, right here, you can see they go together. However, oh man, I forgot the lava lamp. Okay. I knew something was off. It's going to take a long time for that to go, but I'm going to be on for a little while today. Back to the Lincoln logs. Like, these will connect, but look, they're like super, super tight. And why are they super tight? Well, these don't go together. These are not of the same generation, the same year, the same make. They are different. So I have some numbers on these Lincoln logs. I paid $5 for the tub. Pretty good deal. There were 250 of the small round ones. What I mean by small round ones is like the single locking piece. For like the little 2 locking pieces, there were 4 ones. And then there's like maybe a dozen of these 3s. And then there's like a few of the 4s. And, you know, it came with like, I don't know, so all those. And then with these like square ones, there were 275 of the singles and there was like 75 of the 2 squares. And then there was like about a dozen of these 3 squares and some 4s. And then it had a bunch of plastic pieces, right? Now these are like the windows. They're like the little like roofs of the house. They had some like ranchers and like some little ranch horses and stuff. So they had all kinds of things going on. And I was like, well, how do I price and list this thing on eBay? You know, like, should I just lot them together and say like random lot of Lincoln Logs? And I was thinking, you know, mom and dad buy the Lincoln Log set. You know, these are probably not collectors because it's not, I don't know. I don't have much Lincoln Logs on my page. So they probably like not a collector looking for them. But if I got a bunch of these and then you can't like get them super tight, I mean, they do fit, right? But they're not like, it's not the same if I'd have 2 round ones and 2 square ones. They lock so much better and tighter. And I'm thinking like, man, they may think that they got gypped because they got like some, you know, assorted random bunch of different generations. Let me check. He said, what's up? I'm busy. I thought I'd stop by. Dude, I'm glad you stopped by. You're the first person to comment in the video. Glad you came by, man. I hope you had a really good week. I know you've been putting out some good videos. And yeah, dude, awesome. Talking about Lincoln Logs. So what I did was I counted all of them out. I separated them into bags with like the specific piece because I thought maybe I could sell them as like individual pieces because I did have a few hundred of the round small ones and the round square one or the square ones. And the numbers weren't looking so good. So what I think I'm going to do is all the plastic pieces, which I didn't bring them out, they're in the garage. I'm going to lot all those plastic pieces together. It has like some railroad sets, like the roofs, the windows, the little, you know, corral and all that stuff. I'm going to list all those plastic pieces in a lot. I'm going to list all the round ones that I have in a lot. And then I'm going to list all the square ones in a lot. Now the numbers on these were comping out like this. There may be like 300 round pieces and like 300 of the square pieces. I think I can get like $50 to $60 for each one of those lots. And then as far as the plastic pieces go, I'm kind of going to price it around the same thing. I haven't comped those out exactly yet. But for $5, I'm looking to have gross sales of like $150. So that was definitely a good pickup. But I have spent some time like counting, and that was not fun at all. I just put them in like rows of 10, you know, like on the table, and then I just like lined them up so I wouldn't have to count 10 each time. And then eventually at the end, I had to count them all and multiply. So Lincoln Logs, if you see them, pick them up. They're pretty cool. I mean, I almost wanted to start building with them, but then I felt like I was going to mix them up and make a mess. So I was like, you know, I'll pass. I'll let some kid do that. But hopefully, because Christmas is coming around, those kind of toys will sell fast. And I'm going to price them right because I'm not trying to like profit on some of these, you know, items. All right, this is one of the cooler items. This is like a Scooby-Doo throw blanket. Let's see. So like, here's like a small portion of them, and then it's like a big portion. This came from a garage sale. Like the tag is super, I mean, it was pretty obvious that it was old, but look at the tag. It's like super old school, Cartoon Network. It says $19.99 on it. So I paid like $2 for it. And she gave me one of those things where it was like, oh, that was my childhood blanket. Oh, I hate to see it go. And I'm kind of like, well, do you want to sell it? Because I didn't want to like, you know, make her like tear up or something. But she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Then I'm kind of thinking like, well, why are you kind of telling me that it's like, I'm not going to pay more. It's just a blanket. But that blanket sells for like $40 to $50. So pretty happy about that. The only problem with such a huge throw blanket is I do all my photos on this table. It has tiles on top of that piece of plywood. And then the backdrop's just a piece of white like printer paper. It's way too massive to fit on that, you know, that little photo setup. So I don't really know how I'm going to do photos. I thought about just folding it into like, you know, a rectangle I can get maybe the whole thing with that, you know, pants hanger, and then like just do one side and then like, you know, get all 4 sides of the rectangle and maybe do something like that. And then get the tag, of course, because that's like the best indicator that it's legit. So a little annoyed that I couldn't just like put it in the flow of me doing photos and listings. I like to do like a bunch of photos of jeans at one time, and then like all the shoes and then shirts and then some of the hard goods. Typically I start with like the easiest thing first. So if I have like a game or something, that's like 4 photos for me. I do front and back of the cover, and then I do front of the disc and then back of the disc so they can see if there's any scratches and things like that. But when it came to that blanket, it kind of was like hitting the brakes, and I was like, shoot, like I don't really feel like taking the time to mess with this blanket, even though it's like $1 to $2 into 40 or 50 gross sales. So that's pretty good, right in the range I like to be at. Also picked up these Levi's. These are new with tags. They were at the thrift store. It's $48. Don't think I can even list them at $48. Maybe like $39.99 with free shipping. All the pants at that thrift store are $3.99, so it's $4.32 after tax. These are the cargo loose straight, and they're the workwear. So I pick up a lot of like workwear pants. Where did it say it? It says it right here. So you can see that tag. And I haven't come across like Levi's workwear. I mean, people like in Levi's because it's a pretty good jean, but yeah, that was new with tags. So the listings I was looking at, I think they were like $30-ish to $40, but those were used. So I might be able to hit that like $50 mark with those being new with tags, but likely I'll put it at $39.99 or $49.99 with free shipping. It just depends. Easy. So like when it comes to pants, I only do 6 photos unless it has like some serious defects to it, which I hope I don't pick those up. But if it has, that's like really cool. If they're like a $50+ jean, I'll do the whole 12 photos. But if it's just a standard like $30 to $50 jean, I'll just do 6 photos. I do like the front, I do the back, and then I do the sizes, and then I do like the back pocket, and I do the patch, and then sometimes I'll do the button and the zipper. It just depends. Porch with Cookies, what is this? Yeah, this is just me talking about like the things I do in reselling. So I'm glad you could stop by. Next up and last item, this is a pair of Rock 47 by Wrangler. It's a woman's jean. This is let's see. It says size 1132, which women's jean sizes are weird. Really, a lot of jean sizes are weird. I mean, I always measure it out, with the flex tape, which I don't have in front of me, but yeah, I typically just put like what the size says in the title. I will put Rock 47 by Wrangler, and I will put women's 11, times little X times sign 32. And then I'll put in the actual size that I measure it to. And I just do the inseam, do the rise. I used to do the rise and like the hip and all that stuff, but I've gotten away from that. People typically don't ask for that. That is the one thing they will ask for, but I don't get them very often. People typically just buy them, and it's nice to have the actual. I'll even do like a half, because a lot of the inseams, if it's like a 30 length, it'll be like 29.5, possibly even more. So that's typically how I do that. Now, with the jeans, like I said, it's $3.99 for men and women at this thrift store. Whenever I was at the checkout, I had one more pair of jeans, and they were a pair of Vigoss. It's like Vigoss is a woman's pair of jeans, and they were really nice. So the Vigoss jeans would have been $4.32 like the rest, and those were comping out like in the 40s to 50s. So I was pretty happy about that, and it had like a decent sell-through rate. And when I brought them up there, she said, oh, well, these are $9.99, and it didn't have any like special tag price on it. So I was kind of caught off guard, and there's like a moment of like pause, and then I just said like, it's fine, I don't want those. And the reason I didn't buy those at $10 is because I just don't want to like pay it, because she knows that I'm picking up like the better brand. She even challenged me on like the Rock 47 denim. She said, are those Rock Revival? And I said, no, those are Rock 47 by Wrangler. And she said, oh, okay. So I feel like she's trying to like get an edge and like up the price just a little bit. But like when you're dealing with smaller numbers, if you sell items that are anywhere from like $20 to $50, that $5 is a pretty significant percentage of the profit. So you can't really play around with any of that. Yes, let me show you that Porch with Cookies. I'm glad you said that. Porch with Cookies was asking about this bear. Now check this guy out. Now this is Chicago Bears teddy bear, has like giant feet. And if you look at the tag right there, it's super old looking. Oh, come on and zoom in, dude. I don't know if that even helps. But it's sports stuff. It's like my legit favorite NFL team, probably like favorite sports team. They lost this last week, and it's been pretty rough. They play the Saints coming up, and I'm a little nervous about it because the Saints are really good. Yeah, See, and it's not really a teddy bear. I guess it is a teddy bear. It's definitely a teddy bear, but it's like a Chicago Bears bear. You know what I'm saying? I paid $1 for it, right? And the lady at the garage sale, and some items like you just remember, she said something like, "Oh, I've had it so long," and people try to like guilt trip you, and I'm kind of like, "You said it was $1. Like, do you want me to buy it?" Because I don't want to like make somebody feel, like sad because they're selling stuff. But some people don't want to sell things. But she sold it for $1, and as soon as I like gave her the money, I was like, "Yes!" And she just like, I don't know, man. I feel like she regrets selling it, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not going to sell it. Like, I'm going to keep it. And I actually tried looking up comps. It doesn't comp for a lot. I think it's like 15 or $20, but definitely old though. She said so. I think it's like, I don't know. It has like a year on it. Let's see. Says sports stuff, officially licensed product, a division of Good Stuff Corporation, Long Island City, New York. It says, so yeah, pretty cool. I'm glad you pointed out. You got like the eagle eye, like checking out the background and stuff. So that was one of the things on my list. Like, should I be upset about the thrift store changing prices like at the counter, And it's, I don't know. It's one of like the family, not family, but what is it? Like church driven thrift stores, I guess, or Salvation Army. Like they work with Salvation Army. So I love going there. They are pretty nice about things, but I'm not going to like pay a little more because they said, "Oh, you found a really good brand." Like, unless, they need to have like a list set up or say like designer jeans, this, and then like, hopefully they don't do that because that'll crush like some of the things I'm doing with reselling. But nonetheless, like she tried up the price. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. We'll just get into the taxes like quickly. And we're not going to spend much time on it because I'm still trying to learn about it. But what I've heard and researched recently is if your taxes that you owe at the end of the year, if they're $1,000 more than what it was the last time you paid taxes the previous year, then you need to start paying like your estimated quarterly tax. So long story short, if it's like off by a lot and you don't pay it, you're going to get a penalty. And it's like a percentage of the tax that you owe, I believe. So I definitely don't want to end up paying more in taxes. So if anybody has tax advice or some like YouTube channel out there that can help me with that, go ahead and drop a comment or, let me know because I'm a little anxious about it. You think income tax is wrong? Yeah, it's kind of a heated thing. Taxes are rough, but like, it's just a part of it, man. So, Brian Roman, CPA. Are you a CPA? If you are, then I'm going to start chatting with you a little more, man. Girl Hustle. Yes, I'm doing great. Just my week. I haven't put out a video recently. Oh, Brian says no, get one. Yeah, I actually talked to one. She said it was $200 an hour. So we're gonna pump the brakes on that one for a little while. Maybe there's some cheaper ones out there, but I feel like I can learn a little bit of what they do because I don't have like crazy amount of assets, so I'm still going to try to just put some hours in. There are some really good YouTube videos I've watched, but I haven't had like a good block of time to do it. I've just been doing it, a few minutes here and there trying to figure it out. But I'm going to set up my account because there is a way you can set up with IRS, like an account for you so that you can pay those estimated taxes. And that is a whole process of like them authenticating that you are you. So there's a lot of forms you have to send them the data so that you can get set up. So if you do decide to do it, you can actually just pay them. And it's pretty easy. You can do it online now. A lot of people, they like do it with checks and whatnot, but I think that's just like an older way of doing things. Like I've grown up doing things on my phone, like checking my bank accounts, like transferring money from bank accounts through the internet, really, whether it's my phone, tablet, or laptop. But yeah, so paying the IRS, it does stink, but I don't want to get slammed with a bill. I do put 25% of my profits. Now, profits being the, after the gross sales, subtracting the shipping and the cost of goods. I did learn on cost of goods sold, whenever you get to that part at the end of the year, it has to be an item that actually sold. So if you have a bunch of like inventory that hasn't sold, like those up there, you can't like deduct that from your taxes. I thought you could. That's just kind of the understanding I got. That's why it's like cost of goods sold, because the item has to sell and then you can deduct that amount. So that was kind of an interesting thing. Portrait Cookie says, I think paper system gives you more control over banking. Interesting. Yeah, I said, sounds good. And God, is the stream breaking up? Is anybody getting some type of lag? Because I feel like I am. I don't know why. Anyway, All right, so we're gonna get off the tax thing because I don't know enough. I can't advise you guys, but yeah. Thanks, Porch. That's don't know why the internet's doing that, but all right, guys. Now, do listing more items equals more sales? Recently, I listed like, I don't know, 25 items in a couple days, meaning 2 days. And 4 of those items I listed sold for full price. Now, that was pretty dope. I don't know if that means I price things too low. I definitely know if you have a sale within like 10 minutes or even an hour, like you probably priced it lower. If you have a bunch of like offers, like because people, it's a desirable item, but they sold about a day from when I listed it, and then some other items sold, like I had 7 go out today. And then the day before, I think I had like 6 or 8 or 9, something like that. And so those are kind of like my weekend numbers because I do a little more listing like on Friday nights. But this time I decided to list like this stuff I got, right? So I still have like the Lincoln logs to list. I have the, like ridiculous pair of glasses that I need to list. And then I've got like the 4 items that I bought that I need to list. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. As far as like the YouTube videos, I've been watching a lot more YouTube. Like I used to watch a lot of YouTube whenever I started reselling to learn more about it. And then I kind of got to create content to share with you guys. And, the videos are great, but man, they take a lot of time to edit and you get faster at it when you do it. But to like have ideas and do like different angles and different things to kind of make them, make people want to watch it, a video out that like I don't want to watch. Like even this live now that it's breaking up, like it's kind of killing me just like seeing it. Because if I'm watching it back, like, it's going to be terrible to watch. But it's one of those things. So I'm kind of like thinking about like ways to do my videos. And I do have a lot of like sourcing, like garage sales, like stacked up because I know those are going to stop. And then whenever there's no, garage sale videos out there, then I'll have some to put out. Maybe people will still want to like feel that, that little thing about the hunt, Poured with cookies, I could never go on YouTube. I'm too camera shy. Yeah, it definitely is nerve wracking. I mean, I wouldn't say I get nervous going on it, but I don't know, man, or ma'am, I don't know. It's just one of those things that the more you do it, the better. But as far as doing I don't know, man. Some people so much different ways to do it. I guess you got to kind of just find what's comfortable for you. But I also want it to be like enjoyable for the viewer, like. That's something I definitely want to figure out. And I want to figure out a way to make it like as easy as possible, because I don't want to 5 or 6 hours editing videos. Like some of the 10-15 minute videos take like 2 hours to edit. And then like dropping in little things to pop up here and pop up there, that all adds up in the time to do it. So I guess I could just get better at it. But right now I'm really trying to just like push items through my store to build capital. It's really nice to have like bank accounts with like some cushion in it, because I feel like the eBay bank accounts are just kind of like not even a nest egg, but just like play money, because I don't look at it as like work. I mean, I enjoy doing many aspects of reselling. And like people are like, oh, I just love thrifting, and then they don't like listing, and then they have a huge death pile, which that's kind of like the addiction. We get really addicted to certain aspects of it because they get joy when they make that purchase or when they make that find, and then they get home and they don't want to fold it or list it or whatever. So I really like it. I think I don't know if I had to say like the worst part, well, it's the last thing on the list, like dealing with returns and customer questions. So that's probably one of the worst parts because it's a bad feeling, especially when you put a lot of time into like finding the item, cleaning the item, like taking measurements. I mean, some people don't take measurements, but then the ones that do, it's like an extra little step and you got to write it down and transfer it and all that stuff. So yeah, when you get a return, it's like a killer. And I'm going to get into that in a minute, but Girl Hustle said, I think we all get like that. I was out today and all the stores had music and I have no clue how to remove the music. I guess I can figure it out though. Very time consuming. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, and if you do the thrift video, like the ride-alongs or whatever, you could just mute the video and then just voice over it, but then that's a whole nother thing. And then put your own music. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And then it's like I like enjoy watching YouTube more than like creating the content. But I wanted to create it because I feel like I can share to somebody. Like whenever I had, no experience reselling, I had to go to people. And then I found a lot of Josh who I felt like I could like understand what he was saying. And then I felt like it was a great kind of like great deal. I mean, I learned faster by watching somebody I wanted to learn from. So maybe I'll watch like a YouTuber that I want to learn from on making the videos, and then maybe that'll help encourage me to like put more videos out and edit it. Brian does the voiceovers. Yeah, dude, your videos are looking sharp, man. I mean, they're really good, dude. You got like the intro and stuff going on. I'm really not creative, man. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so answering customers' questions. I got a question today, and oh man, so it was about a pair of like hush puppy ballerina style women's shoes. Now, I paid $1 for these. There was a phase in my reselling life like 8 months ago where I would buy like things for $1 to see how they would sell, So I bought a lot of like women's dress shoes, a lot of like shirts, anything for $1 pretty much, and I would kind of look comps up, but not like properly. So anyway, I have these pair of shoes and I have them listed for $14.99 with free shipping. Now paying $1 and they do weigh over a pound, so it's even worse. Like I stand to make like $5 or $6 if they sell for that $15. Now, somebody liked them, which was the first like I had in like 7 months, and I sent them a best offer of $13.50. So from $14.99, $13.50, great deal, $1.49 off, and they said, yeah, I'm a size 8 wide, and I mean, can you let me know how wide they are, if they have any stretch in them? And I was just thinking like, man, just buy it. And then just, if you don't want it, just return it. Like I'll probably just tell them to keep it. But like, I don't know, man. Should I take like and I even looked for it. Like it's somewhere on the rack, but it's been so long. I don't know where it is. Like it will take like at least a full minute to find it. And then it'll take another full minute to figure out if it has stretch or to put the measurement on it, and then it's going to take like another minute to like actually like type out the message and be like, yes, it has stretch or no. And then even if you do say it has stretch, like shoes don't make certain shoes to match wide feet. That's why they have wide in the size. So like, maybe I should just be like, look, don't take the risk. If you're worried about it being too narrow, like just don't even bother. But it's such a small amount, but maybe the amount of money is not small to her. So don't really know. Anyway, so on that one, I'm still on the fence. I haven't done it. I did look for it before this video just so I could like have it here and talk to you about it, and kind of like maybe you guys can give me some insight if it's a wide running shoe. I know some Nikes run narrow, but as far as like women's hush puppy shoes, like I have no clue. Porridge with cookies. What do you think is the purpose of life is? Very, very deep question. Don't know if we have enough time to get into all that, but I don't know, man. I like being happy. Like, I don't know. Next up, we have returns. It's the very last item on the list. If you guys watch YouTube, go to Taylor Bell, her channel. She put out a video today about returns, and it's really hilarious because somebody bought something. It's not hilarious that she got a return, but she got negative feedback. It was just like, I know exactly how she's feeling, because when I got my first return and then the next return, like it was terrible and I didn't know what to do, didn't know how to deal with it. Felt like I was being wrong because I did everything I could to put the correct item specifics in the descriptions and all that stuff. And essentially she got a pair and she sold it. It was like a kid's pants, and it was, sized correctly with actual measurements, and they said it didn't fit, and they gave her negative feedback and all that stuff. So when it comes to returns for me, I typically give refunds. I will wait for it to come back. Like if it's a item that I want to sell again or know that it will sell again, I'll request the item back, and then I'll give them the refund afterwards. I do have free returns on my page, because if you buy an item from any legitimate store, like they have free returns. You can typically take back items to stores. Now, that's just how I play it. And then whenever I got into that mindset, I was kind of thinking like, okay, this is just like a cost of doing business, like returns are part of the game. It's not like pleasant, but it is going to happen. So it's better for me to just like get it out of my headspace. Like, okay, they're going to get the item back. I'm going to get the item back. They're going to get their money back, and I don't have to worry about it. And I can kind of press on with the rest of my day. Like I used to mull all anxious and think like, oh, these people are going to leave a negative review. Like even if I do give them a refund, they'll leave a negative review. And then I was watching somebody's channel, and they said you could just call eBay, or contact eBay, and they will remove the feedback. And I think, I don't know who it was, but they said you can remove up to 5 per year, like without much, I don't know, like case, I guess. But if you have like a decent case, they'll just understand what you're saying and they'll just return, they'll take the feedback off for the return or whatever. So it doesn't really hurt your analytics because you get it taken away. I have 2 negatives on mine. I have 404. I made over the 400 mark for positive feedback, which I think is pretty cool. And I have 2 neutrals because I didn't know that you have to call them within like a certain amount of days. I don't know if it's like 60 days or 30 days to call eBay about returning stuff, but yeah, that's how you handle that. Just call eBay, And if you don't want to give them a return, just be like, look, my page says no returns. This is, I gave you everything that you needed to buy this. I don't think like if I went to a store and bought something, I just don't think it'd be that. Now, if it was like a bigger item, like say a bigger item, meaning like a more expensive item, I would kind of talk with them, if it, not like a fit issue, but if it was like, say like, it's just not, I don't know, man. Like, okay, say something doesn't work, but they've had it for like 25 days, and then it's kind of like, well, dude, you've had it for a long time and you're saying it doesn't work, whatever. Like maybe just kind of leave it open. Don't tell them like, I'll give you the refund. Just be like, what can we do about this? Like try to like talk with them. And some people will suggest it on their own, or they'll talk themselves into a place where they're like, I'll only, I only want like this percentage back for the money, or maybe they'll want the full money back. I don't know. Kind of different ways to handle it. Flipping Eric, what's up, man? Glad you could stop by. Kelly, how's it going, dude? Portugal Creek says, do you ask them to take a photo of the item before you give refund? I don't give the refund until I get the item. So I used to just give the refund and then I'd say, keep the item. I'd say, I don't even want it back because I didn't want to get hurt with like the return shipping because I have free shipping, free returns. Nowadays I buy better items and I typically want the item back. So I will not give them the refund until I get the item back. Eric says, do you want to be scheduled on my new live? Yeah, it depends on the time, man. Like whatever time you're thinking, just go ahead and let me know. I think it'd be cool, dude. We haven't talked enough, Flipping Eric. Like, haven't talked enough in this life, so we definitely need to do that. Kelly said, I give tons of refunds. Most of my sales are refunds. Yeah, some sellers out there, they do more returning than selling. But you know what? You got to push past that, Kelly. You got to just keep grinding, keep finding good items. Make sure to inspect it in the store before you buy it, and you'll get there, man. Some people have adult eBay stores and some people have kid eBay stores, and some people have like junior high eBay stores. All that's just a joke. Kelly and I know each other, so he's in my town. He's the competition. Flipping Eric said, I haven't watched. It's Sunday at 9 a.m. Jeez, man. I guess that's not like a terrible time, but it's pretty early. I mean, I'm an early person, but like 7 Sunday at 9 a.m. I'll check it out, man. I'm sure you've had some good people on, some good conversation. Yeah, do you just put the link and have people jump in, or you actually schedule it and they're like, and all that stuff? So just let me know what you want to do, man. I think it'd be cool. I want to get back into YouTube. Not that I've been away from YouTube, but like when I don't put videos out like in like 1 or 2 weeks, I feel like I'm out of it, man, because I was putting a video out like at least once or twice a week, Brian said, one of my shoes yesterday, the heel came off and had to return $40. Yeah, dude, that sucks. I know, man. I've had it happen too. So like people like do the squeeze test, and I've done that and like jacked up some shoes at Goodwill, but dude, it's one of those things, man. And then do you ever think, Brian, did they just like run really fast, or did they trip, or do they not know how to wear shoes and they broke my shoe and then now I have to give them money back? So yeah. I think the worst thing I had was I shipped a baseball bat. I was doing baseball bats when I first started quite a bit. And the guy got the shipping tube because I had these shipping tubes and there was no bat in it. So I'm kind of like, all right, man. So you're saying that it came without the bat. You're showing me the empty tube in a photo, but how do I know the bat's not sitting like right out of screen, of the photo? So you can't really, I don't even know what to do in that situation. I just gave him the refund or whatever. So I lost out on shipping. I mean, could you imagine you're just like, yeah, ship back the bat, I know you have it. And then they send the empty tube back to you that you probably paid for. I don't know if eBay like helps out with paying on return shipping. I think they do because I'm top rated. I think they do help a little bit. Not 100% sure. I haven't really haven't mastered everything about eBay. There's really a lot to it. It's one of those things where like once you figure it out, it seems basic, but once you start clicking into things, there's like a whole bunch you can learn and a whole bunch of little tricks, like calling eBay to get feedback removed. There's like, it says it right there, you have a certain amount of days to return stuff. So you said, Flippin' Eric said, I just started. I'm scheduling 2 folks per Sunday and I'm scheduled out till the end of November. Dude, big time, man. That's quite a bit. So when you said like talking about, let's see, what'd you say? Do you want to be scheduled on my new live? Like you're talking, dude, like next year possibly up. So record packaging. Wow. So you're pre-record and then cut out all the nonsense, dude. Excellent, man. Oh, Flippin' Eric says record packaging like with the returns, right? Is that what you're saying? Like when you get the item back, record it. Yeah, I guess you could do that, man. I don't know. I suppose. I really need a desktop, man. Like these videos and stuff, those files take up so much space in the computer. When you ship the item, record the packaging, dude. Oh my goodness. Like, I guess, it doesn't take much time to like hit record, but to just transfer the files and all that. I mean, I guess you could do it on your phone, airdrop it or put it on a terabyte. Only on high dollar item. Okay. That makes sense, Eric. See, Eric's one of those guys, dude. He's been grinding for a long time. It's like he knows the ins and outs, So definitely take him up on that. But yeah, let's we got 5 people with 3 likes, dude. It's pretty solid little chat here. Didn't have a whole lot of time. It's almost dinner time. Kelly said hi Pops. Yeah, we were joking about Funko Pops. He talked to a new reseller who's all about them, but he hadn't been selling any, but he bought a lot. So definitely don't get into the buying and not selling, and try not to get into the returning and not making profit. So it's all about like making money, having a good time, and getting people some good items, So hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate everyone who joined me today. Go ahead and watch Flippin' Eric, man. He's got this Sunday morning show, so go ahead and catch him on there. Yeah, Eric, go ahead and put me down and just email me. It should be in the description or somewhere. If not, just like I'll get it to you. All right, man. Appreciate it. See you guys later.